hope, my expectancy, look up and out, and behold a limitless abundance present everywhere, flowing through all things, a limitless love, giving itself to everything, an infinite peace developing all. And let us affirm together, I believe in omnipresent good, so I expect the great. And please welcome Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson.
What if? What if we expected good, even in the face of all the nonsense that's going on in the world? What if? So today I'm talking about the power of expectancy. Expectancy in the good. So let me give you an example. I have high expectations for my grandsons, Rowan and Tristan. I expect them to hear me clearly, ask them for help, even when they have their headphones on. Not likely. That's not exactly what we're talking about today, but the power of expectancy. When we're talking about or expecting the good, it is an active practicing of faith. So actively practicing faith in the good and understanding that underlying all of this, the infinite, invisible presence of the divine, the nature of that presence is good. It's all good. So the song that we just sang is just prompted us and filled us with that awareness. So that is a very essential piece of standing in a higher vision, is understanding that there is a presence and a power and a life that is supporting that good, but it comes through us and as us. So it's important that we are willing vessels of that flow of good. And so when we practice the power of expecting the good, there is something amazing that happens. We open ourselves to that flow of good, those visions of good, and we become, therefore, a beneficial presence on the planet beyond our imagination. And what we'll see will appear to defy explanation as the good continues to show up. So this idea of expecting the good, therefore, because it's a way of practicing faith, it quickens the manifestation. There's an amazing thing that happens by expecting the good, using that amazing creative power. And therefore, it also, because we're expecting the good, it helps us to relax a little more, to be more receptive and open, and aware of the good that surrounds us, because we know what we focus on is what we create. So again, as Ernest Holmes says, it's important to expect to meet new friends, expect new and wonderful experiences. And he says, try the magic of expectancy. It makes life a game that is a joy to play, which reminded me of the Florence Scovel Shinn book that I treasure so much. And I have not read it in a while, so I'm doing that now. I'm looking more at her beautiful affirmations and her examples of stories of people that she's helped. And she calls it the game of life and how to play it. But it's teaching spiritual principles. So today what I want to focus on is really two things. The courage to expect the good no matter what, and expectancy that invites collective healing. Invites collective healing, not only ours, but others, because we become role models of that expectancy. So the courage to expect the good no matter what. You know, the world is always going to present us with conditions, some that are really beautiful and inspiring, and conditions that really leave us wondering, oh my gosh, what is that all about? And, or, something painful, something uncomfortable. And yet, this is the time when it's really important to expect the good, even beyond what is happening in front of us. So it's actually tempting. I get it. It's tempting to get discouraged. It's tempting to feel hopeless. And yet, as we stand in the power of expecting the good, we are being revolutionaries. We're being revolutionaries. It takes courage to do that. I get it. And yet, that revolutionary stance of expecting the good is what this world needs. There's a quote from the Bible that says, without vision, the people perish. That vision is expecting the good. Expecting the good. Having a vision. Allowing that vision to grow in us by paying attention to it as much as possible. And then the thing that happens is it activates us, motivates us to show up in a different way. To show up with optimism, with a smile, with compassion, and yet with this awareness that there's always something better possible than what we see in front of us. There's always a way that we can show up in a better way than we have before. And as a result, we have an impact on those around us, but there's also something going on under the surface at the infinite, invisible level of consciousness, which means that as we lift up ourselves and focus on the good and expect the good, because we're connected with all other beings on the planet, we are uplifting consciousness on the planet. So we're playing our part in raising consciousness. And if you remember some of the things I've shared with you before about Dr. David Hawkins' work, Power versus Force, he determined through muscle testing different levels of consciousness, and then what he found was higher levels of consciousness are exponentially stronger than lower levels of consciousness. So as we raise our own consciousness and we live from that place, we counterbalance the negative consciousness that's taking place on the planet. And you know what? If we slip here and there, okay, just get back up and get yourself back into alignment with higher vibrations. Because you are making a difference on this deeper level. Yes, on the surface level, people will sense, when they see you smiling and being optimistic, it supports them. But on that deeper level, there's this huge shifting in consciousness that is taking place. So we become models then of spiritual and moral commitment to peace, love, and justice. The work of Thomas Berry inspired me this past week. He encourages us to paint a better future for our young people, for our youth, to talk often to them about a new world, a new earth that is being birthed. But I also think it's important that we tell the story to each other as well, because we create from the stories that we tell ourselves. That's why it's important that we often talk to each other about the possibilities, about what could happen, what could be, that what if that stirs the imagination. So I'm going to invite you to practice with me right now. We'll use our imaginations. Let's turn within. And you'll see how much this is alike what we do with spiritual mind treatment, because that's what spiritual mind treatment does. It plants that higher vision and helps us get into alignment with it, in the flow with it. So let's turn within. Let's take a breath. Yawn and stretch, which brings us into alignment with and receptive to that which is about to happen. And so I know, and I invite you to know with me, that something new is emerging. A new vision, a new energy, a new way of being on this planet, what many have called the new earth, and the new humanity, the universal human, which is that beautiful marriage of the human and the divine that shows up as love, that shows up as peace, that shows up as justice and compassion and caring for one another. So let us in our own minds look up to this vision. Look up and see the light that emanates from it. Feel the pull and the call of that vision. And also know that this vast transformation is occurring at the depths of human consciousness because of our investment in it. See it illuminating souls all over the planet. See us all working together with each other and other companions along the way, which includes the four-legged, winged, finned brothers and sisters. Join me in seeing each playing a perfect role in the larger evolutionary process. I'm seeing us growing in our ability to sense the inner promptings of that wisdom, that wise self that dwells within us, and therefore motivating us to think higher thoughts, to generate feelings of love and peace and joy, to take actions that make a truly powerful and positive difference on the planet. To be beings who are optimistic, who have great faith that good is unfolding. So I give thanks for the gifts of awe and wonder also that surface within us as we behold the beauty of nature. The squirrels as they run about through the trees. The grass as it grows in the spring, all of the blossoms that show up on the trees in spring. The beautiful blue sky, sunsets, sunrises. The majesty of the great forests and the mountains. The beautiful deserts when they're in bloom. The vast oceans. Awe and wonder. Awe and wonder. These vibrations of awe and wonder raise us into a higher field of the awareness of the unity and the oneness of all life. And therefore our hearts just burst open with compassion and love for everything that surrounds us. A great desire to be a beneficial presence, to make a difference. Let's breathe. I give thanks for everyone's willingness to participate in this vision, in walking ourselves home together to the truth of who we are. So let's breathe, relax, and let it be. And together say with me, yes, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, my friends.
Here in my grateful grateful heart. I believe here in my grateful heart. I conceive of my soul's desires as the good conspires for my grateful heart to receive. With a grateful heart, right here in this place, I'm filled to overflowing,